Now students, the statement sums of exercise 3.6. These are the one of the most important three statement sums, and one is sure in exams from these three statement sums and or the similar sums to these three. What is the different? Why they are so important? Now see, listen the statement first. Ritu can row downstream 20 km in 2 hours and upstream 4 km in 2 hours. Find the speed of rowing in still water and speed of the current. One girl is in a boat and going downstream. Now see, you have experienced this in practical life also. When the road is sloping downwards, you are traveling, the speed of your vehicle increases itself without increasing the speed of the vehicle. Okay, and when you are going upward, the slope of the road is little bit upward, then you give the race to your vehicle and it becomes slow. Okay, so the concept of downstream and upstream is very important in this question. He is saying this girl is rowing downstream 20 km in 2 hours. Basically this question is dependent on speed. Okay, the speed of current. Okay, speed of current means the waves of water, that is x km per hour. Second, when you are boating, the speed of boat must be there. So the speed of current and speed, whenever you will get this question related to some this rowing and you have to assume these two speeds, one of the current and one of the boat. Now what is he saying? Downstream means the addition of both the speeds. As you have explained, you are going sloping, the road is sloping downwards. Even you are cycling, the speed of the cycle increases itself only. So in the downstream, both the speeds are added. And we are sloping upwards, then the speed must be subtracted. Now what is the basic concept used here? The distance is equal to speed into time. So he is saying that 20 km in 2 hours. Distance is 20 km. Time is 2 hours. Speed we have taken x plus y. So I substituted the values, I got first equation. Now second equation, she is rowing upstream 4 km in 2 hours. 4 km is the distance. Okay. Time 2 hours. Speed is in upstream case, it is x minus y, and in downstream it is x plus y. Just substitute the values in this formula. Okay. And you will get two equations. Then solve the equations by elimination rule. Whenever you will get the statement sums of this equation, you have to apply only elimination rule. Don't go for substitution method, don't go for cross multiply. Either this question in 4 marks also. Don't go for these methods. Now come to the second part. He is saying 2 women and 5 men together embroidery work finish in 4 days, and 3 women and 6 men finish the work in 3 days. Find the time taken by 1 man. This question is very important from competition point of view. Now let time taken by 1 woman be x days and time taken by 1 man be y days. Now see carefully, the time taken x days. Okay. So when we reciprocate the days, it becomes the 1 day work. Like I am completing one task in 10 days. It means on the very first day I have done 10th part of that task. Okay. I am 10 days taking to make some scenery. So if I think practically, I am completing that scenery, the 10th part on the very first day, then only I am taking 10 days. So this part, when I am reciprocating the days, it becomes the 1 day work. Again, for the man also, he is taking y days. So in 1 day, he is doing 1 y portion of the work. Okay. According to question, 2 women and 5 men are completing the work in 4 days. 2 women. This is 1 day work. So 2 days work will be 2 over x. This is 1 day work of 1 man, and 5 men work will be 5 over y. Now they are doing in 4 days. So as we are reciprocating, so the days will also be reciprocate. You have to keep this in your mind. Very important point, that when the question comes of work done, you have to apply the inverse proportion rule. Similarly, 3 women and 5 men completing this. Again he is saying they are doing in 3 days. So it is 3. So again you have 1 over x. So let it be 1 over x as u, 1 over y as v. So apply elimination rule, you will get u and v. Then substitute again, you will get x and y. Now come to the third part. Ruhi travels 300 km to her home partly by train and by bus. Means maybe half or some portion of the distance covering by train and some portion by bus. She takes 4 hours if she travelled 60 km by train. Now let the speed of the train be x km per hour. Let the speed of the bus be y km per hour. She is travelling 6 km by train. Now distance over speed is the formula of time. Here we are applying the formula distance over speed is equal to time. Because the time is given, once she is taking 4 hours and another when she is returning back, she is taking 4 hours, 10 minutes longer. Now this is time, so on the left hand side also I need a time. Time is distance over speed, 60 over this speed train. 300 km is total distance. From 300, 60 she has travelled by train. How much travelled she by bus? That is 240. Okay, this is not given in the statement. This is our common sense. I have to judge ourselves that 240 is she is travelling by train. Similarly, in the second case, they are saying 100 km by train. They are not saying how much she travels. She travels 100 km by train and how much she travels by bus. That is not mentioned. But they have mentioned the total distance. So the total distance is 300 minus 100 by train. So left 200 km I have travelled by bus. So distance over speed, 4 hours. Now she is taking 10 minutes more. So how to this type of question this time in 2000 this question was in final exam similar that she is taking 30 minutes more. So when she is taking some minutes more, do the sum in the mixed fractional, that is 4 hours 10 minutes divided by 60. Okay, you have to do this calculation in the form of mixed fraction and do the cutting. Point to be noted here, how to write 4 hours 10 minutes, that is 4 hours 10 over 60. 4 hours 10 over 60. Now do the calculation of both this, you can do the cutting, 0 and 0, 6 for the 24 plus 1, 25 over 6. Okay students, how to write 10 minutes more in the form of mixed fraction. This is about the exercise 3.6. Solve the questions and ask me your queries.